Thank you, Dr. Jitendra. And I just wanted to share this note because I had structured some thoughts together, and some of it has already been touched upon, perhaps, and some of it not. Please feel free to push back at me after I've finished, as I will, at some of the points that I have been hearing. I'm really, I really feel privileged to have this opportunity today because I see a lot of similar thoughts, some dissimilar, but an opportunity to debate and discuss. Right. My name is Sharbari, and I represent Rumi Education. Rumi Education is an organization that cares deeply about teaching and learning. At Rumi, amongst its various programs, we have also created a wonderful pre-primary curriculum for schools. And our experience of building and implementing this program has been a beautiful one, a joyful one. We've discovered and uncovered so much about the preschool world in this journey, and I wanted to share and discuss some of that with you today. There are also many questions, like Dr. Vandana has been throwing a few questions out in the open. The first one that comes to mind as I start talking about early childhood education is, who is it for? Presumably, a play school or pre-primary schooling is for the child. But is it really? Time and again, as I mentioned earlier, we're confronted by parents demanding certain numbers be taught, multiplication tables be taught, and so on. Perhaps those here who run schools have also come across this. It appears that it's hard to get the message across that we do serious disservice to our children by focusing on specific academic goals alone if we do not also support the process that leads the child to those goals. We have a few leaders on the panel today from pediatrics, from psychology, and from the school world. I believe one of the questions we may want to ask ourselves is, how are we helping parents deal with their aspirations in a way that also allows their child to develop theirs? Now, competition is very real out there. Just talking about, let's let children blossom and let's give them a stress-free environment just doesn't have the impact it should. When the stress of competing and in fact the need for their child to outperform every other child is so important and a constant source of worry for the parent. In such an environment, I'd like to suggest that perhaps a continuous parent interaction system needs to be created and made mandatory as part of the early childhood education system itself. The direct impact of well-adjusted and productive adults on society and economies is well documented. We all have read about these reports. As an adult, you would have experienced moments where you were in the flow of creativity, when you solved a problem, you felt a sense of achievement. This feeling of success that one derives from these experiences leads to confidence and in turn to an overall sense of well-being, which leads to better productivity and well-adjusted social beings. My next question, therefore, is how do we, as educators, consciously create opportunities to generate a feeling of well-being in that most important stage of life, early childhood? How can we help every child discover her ability to create, to identify and solve problems, to connect things and derive meaning and respect her own uniqueness? If we wish to set up an environment that offers these opportunities for the child, the curriculum design, the media used to deliver the curriculum, the school space design, as we've discussed earlier, the teacher's willingness to facilitate the process, and the parents' participation, all of this needs to be one single whole. Not creating these opportunities, as again data indicates, means that we will pay a high social and economic cost in the years to come. I would now briefly like to draw your attention to the importance of continuous excellence in the teaching learning process. However well designed a curriculum or noble intentions, finally it's the delivery of the approach and materials in a consistent and standardized manner that ensures learning outcomes. We at Rumi work towards this continuously with schools and teachers. We ensure schools and teachers first agree on a common approach, internalize the content and processes, and track and help the teachers to use this content and process through the year. We believe that this is an approach that more education institutions need to adopt if They are serious about consistent standards of teaching and content delivery that is repeatable and not dependent on just a few committed teachers. We also urge schools and teachers to include activity-based learning as much as possible while delivering the curriculum, as well as to infuse elements of positivity, creativity, and optimism as part of every lesson, every topic the child learns. Thank you very much.